Hi everybody, welcome to another Snapshot video. 19W06 only brought minor changes and a few bug fixes. So the most interesting change in my opinion was that the wandering trader now at night time drinks a potion of invisibility and at daytime a bucket of milk to get visible again. I'm quite sure this was done in order to protect him from zombies, so let's see if this actually helps him out. Spawn a zombie. I don't think this plan is gonna work. Interesting change nonetheless, but I'm not quite sure what the intention was if it doesn't help against zombies. Another interesting change is the loading screen is supposed to be quicker. Definitely looks a bit fancier, but I didn't notice any speed difference. Now let's check out some of the bug fixes. Slime balls sneezed by baby pandas are no longer glitched out and can be picked up by the player now. The next bug fix is really important for your redstone contraptions. It says schedule ticks get no longer lost when leaving chunks. This has been a huge issue in the snapshots for 1.14, but also before it was always an issue. Right, so I set up a few simple clocks just to test it. Here, repeater clock, the shaking slime block clock, then comparator clock, observer clock, scaffolding on an iron bar clock, and torch burnout clock. Right, we're just gonna fly away. This is, by the way, not in a spawn chunk, so make sure of that. And we'll just see if it's still working afterwards. Yep, all the clocks are still working. Alright, but yeah, the issues we had since forever actually with tile ticks getting lost is definitely not fixed. If you would try out something like this here, this is a 1000 block long line of either instant repeaters or normal repeaters. That's something we actually use quite a lot in Scicraft Survival in order to activate remote locations where you have a mob switch or some kind of a farm. And this is entirely broken in the 1.14 snapshots. Previously it kind of worked. The only problem was if you were unlucky and the unload cycle hit one of those, then it would get broken. But now it's completely impossible to send a signal through unloaded chunks, which has been always possible before. So we can check it out at the end. I will actually have set up some command blocks, but pretty much immediately once we leave the loaded area, contraptions are broken. As you can see here, the sticky piston lost a block. And also the repeater signal never arrived. I'm quite sure if we would fly to the end, then we would load the repeater signal at some point, and we would get the command block output. Yeah, here we go. But yeah, this is entirely broken now in Minecraft 1.14. So there's another bug fix I have to talk about, and this is a bit of sad news. The floating sand entities on top of fences got removed. So this in general affected gravity blocks on cobble walls, fences and fence gates. So if you have a falling block entity, it wouldn't form a block on top of a fence, it would stay half a block above and stay in entity form. This was mostly used as a decoration, so if you would surround everything, you kind of have a sand slab. Also, I never recommended to actually do it, because if you have a lot of those, this would actually lag the game quite a lot. And yeah, what the redstone was using this as a block transportation. For example, my 3D printer made use of this feature in order to transport concrete powder blocks. And yeah, unfortunately this got removed. I'm still in Minecraft 1.12 just to show you what I'm talking about. We'll check it out in the snapshot in a minute. Also a similar effect of blocks that got moved half a block and stayed in entity form also got removed. I'm just gonna show you it in 1.12 again. We can see this sand entity is now resting half on the block, and it's basically the same. You could also shoot it over. And back in the latest snapshot version, now let's check out what the falling block does here. So it falls down, and here at the bottom seems like it's getting zoomed down. It seems like there was something added that zooms the falling block entity down on top of the cold wall or fence. Also the trick with pushing the falling block for one tick pulse in order to get them to be half on the block doesn't work anymore. As you can see, the falling block entity pops off and it's put into item entity form. Quite a shame. why this was fixed, I don't know. It definitely was a bug for a long time. A lot of people liked it, me included. I'm quite sure it had to do with trying to fix the scaffolding bug. So falling scaffolding, for example, on an end rod or an iron bar starts shaking, which I also already used over there for the clock. But this hasn't been fixed. What additionally happens now, if you would drop down scaffolding on a wall or a fence, it falls through. Yep, nice and clean. Alright, that was Snapshot 19W06, Invisible Wandering Traders and Bug Fixes. Thanks so much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!